Okay, welcome back to the channel. It's Charlie Murray here, and today we're having a look at my Specialized Tarmac road bike. I thought we'd do a wee bike check for all you road enthusiasts. I'm not much of a road enthusiast, but now I'm getting into it and loving it. So bear with me if I make any mistakes about the bike check, because it's my first time doing a road bike check. But I'll try and show you the rig, and if you have any questions about it, make sure you ask in the comments. So let's jump straight into it. It is, obviously, as you can see, full black colorway from Specialized. It's the S-Works model in a 56 size. I spent a bit of time riding on a 54, but the 56 felt better, so ended up going for that one. I'm 182 centimeters tall, so yeah, 56 size is perfect for my height, I think. In the cockpit, we've got a Roval stem. Don't actually know the length of that, we'll have to find that out, put that in the description. The bars are 44 centimeters wide, and that's a carbon bar from Roval, with the Roval stem too. Same with the Roval post, nice aero shape on it. We have a Specialized power saddle, running it pretty high in the front end. I think I've got most of the spaces underneath the stem, just because I'm used to running an enduro bike with the high front end, so went for that. Also got longish legs, so thought I'd match that to the stem. And in the front we have a Specialized mount for the Wahoo or Garmin, whatever you run. After running a little Wahoo computer on the front there, so I can keep track of all the power numbers. On power we have the Sram power cranks there. It's a red crank set and a 170mm length, because I had 175s, but my enduro bike's 170, so I wanted to train on the exact same radius crank as my enduro bike. So 170mm cranks with the built-in power meter. Running 2 chain rings, actually started with a single ring, but for training, especially when you want to get in zone 2 and keep the heart rate low, you need to have 2 rings, for me anyway. Maybe someone like Vanderpool, Pidcock would be alright, but I need 2 rings. That is a 48 big ring on the front and a 35 small ring. And then on the cassette, obviously, we have a Sram red cassette with 33 tooth to 10 tooth. That's the range. Got the flat top Sram chain, nice and clean. Sram red derailleur axis wireless, which is just awesome. And you can micro adjust it as well. There's a button on the shifters, so you can micro adjust as you're rolling along. And same, red front derailleur. So that's all wireless as well. I have the Sram red brakes with the HS2 rotors, so it's more of like a gravel mountain bike rotor. But Tom and I just went for that because on the big downhills, I'm a bit heavier too. I'm almost 80 kg. So on the big downhills, it's nice to have a bit of extra stopping power, and I also like to grab a handful of brake at short notice. That works perfectly. We have 2 Specialized water bottles, one big size, one small size, just to keep the fluids on board. I'm just gonna pause for a minute, we've got a peloton coming. There goes the boys. When I'm riding, I usually try and have about a small bottle every hour. Depends on obviously how hot it is and how hard you're going, but that with a bit of electrolyte in it, a little bit of carb drink sometimes if you're doing a really hard ride. Especially racing, I'll have a carb drink, but on the training rides, go for electrolytes and plenty of water every hour. Food, just put it in my back pockets when I'm riding, but snack on at least a muesli bar or 2 every hour. Try aim for sort of 80 grams of carbs, however that works out. Obviously everything's logged on that computer up the front there with the power meter, heart rate monitor. I've got actually an armband for the heart rate at the moment because my chest one broke. So running the armband heart rate, which seems to be pretty accurate. So track heart rate on all my rides and power, and that feeds straight into my training peaks, and then the coach can have a look at it. So it's pretty perfect just being able to get that data straight back to him, and I don't have to think about it, I don't have to upload it, it just all happens automatically. Next thing is wheels. We have the Roval Rapide CLX wheel. It's a 622 by 21, don't really know what that means, but obviously the deep dish carbon wheel, and the front one's super interesting because the front rim is actually wider than the rear, so that it makes it more aero over the tyre. So yeah, that front rim's slightly wider than the rear rim, so it makes it more aero across the tyre there. They're pretty game-changing wheels. They just roll so quickly. I was blown away when I first got on the bike. It just took off like an e-bike. So stoked on these wheels. Pedals are the Look Blade Carbon. Massive fan of those road pedals from Look. They're just nice clip feel, obviously pretty aero as well. We're all about the aero, even though I'm not racing. It's nice to get to the tuck and just hoon along. Repair kit, I have this nice little bolt-on repair kit thing from Specialized that holds a tube, CO2 adapter, CO2 cartridge, and tyre lever. So just pretty much the bare minimum that you need to change a tyre. I've also got the multi-tool in my SWAT bottle cage, so just underneath the bottle cage. Multi-tool fits in there, which means you can take your wheels off, you can make small adjustments to the bike when you're out on the trail or on the road, obviously on this one. Batteries, just the standard Axis batteries. They last for ages, probably like a month between charges. I just wait until they go red and then usually have a ride or two left, so I just charge them once I see them flashing red. Yeah, those are awesome and super easy, not dealing with any cable routing or sticky gear cables or anything like that. I think we've pretty much nailed it. I've got the Super Cas bar tape and bar ends on there, which is nice and comfy on my hands. And I'm running my seat about 10 marks up on the post there, so I don't really know what that means, but I actually had to put it up slightly, obviously going to a shorter crank. From the 170s to the from the 175 to the 170s, meant the seat went up just a touch. So I think we've nailed everything from the bike. We've covered off everything from the top of my head anyway. If I've missed something, let me know. We're gonna have a quick look at the helmet and shoes here. This is what I run when I'm training, and I also just have a Lycra kit from Specialized as well. It's nice and comfortable. But this is the Prevail 3 road helmet from Spesh. Got the Prevail 2 as well for commuting, but this is my road riding helmet, and it's just nice and light. Nice and vented and safe, which is key. And then I'm running the Torch 2 shoe. So it's not the S-Works shoe, which is actually quite nice. The S-Works shoe is more high performance, but because I'm not racing road bike and I'm used to wearing my mountain bike shoes, which are pretty cushy, I quite like these bit more cushy version of the road shoe. So it's got some more padding. It's probably a bit heavier than the S-Works shoe, but super comfortable, and I can ride in those all day. My feet love it. So that's the setup. So yeah, that's my full training setup that I use most days when I'm in my training block here in New Zealand. And I'll just stuff my pockets full of food, go out and hit the road for sort of 3 to 5 hours depending on the session, and log a bunch of Ks. So it's just good to get the base training in, and to do it on this bike is the dream. So thank you Specialized, thank you Sram, and thanks to all our team sponsors. Absolutely love this rig and hope you enjoyed checking it out. Cheers.